Welcome to the World Economic Forum's training video for new Ministry of Truth hires. It's all in the delivery. In this lesson, you will learn how to make horrible things sound normal. Digital IDs. Never say the words surveillance, control, or social credit systems. Instead ask, wouldn't it be nice to have the freedom to leave home without your wallet? Unpeopling. Rather than use the word depopulation or overpopulation, say freeing up traffic. Pose the question, wouldn't the earth be beautiful without all of these people in the way? Perhaps you could finally get a table at that tapas restaurant you've been wanting to try. Yum. 15-minute cities. Don't say words like segregated neighborhoods or discriminatory policing of public spaces. Instead say, creates a healthy buffer between races and classes. This video has been brought to you by Soil and Steaks. Soil and Steaks, for the elite cannibal with a conscience.
Yeah, it's not slavery. It's just permanent, indefinite detention in sustainable 15-minute cities, dummy. Duh. Welcome back. Beautiful and amazing human beings. My name is Luke Rudetsky here of WeAreChange.org, and we have a plethora of absolutely crazy, bewildering news to get into today. And just when it seems to get a lot crazier, don't forget that the human spirit is absolutely strong, especially with the people in France that are standing up against a lot of different things that the corporate media doesn't really want to talk about. We're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, all here on this independent media broadcast. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. Promo code WRC15 is active now. Get 15% off. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast is done by... I have no idea who this lady is, but she did an incredible job here with the satirical video training the future young leaders of the World Economic Forum that have successfully infiltrated many parliaments and governments all around the world that are implementing their eugenics globalist agenda. If you know who this person is, please let us know down in the description below so we could attribute their work correctly, and of course make sure that you guys could follow them on YouTube and subscribe to their channel. Seriously, they did an incredible job here. We need more satire. We need more humor. We need more individuals like this to keep kicking butt, because I think it's more important than ever to be able to laugh at the lunacy that, of course, all of us are facing every single day. So shouts out to this person, and we hope that they do many more videos like this. Now, today, there's also another meme video being shared around widely, and that, of course, is a video depicting the current situation with the former president of the United States and the charges that he's facing allegedly in New York. And that's accurate, as today the Wall Street Journal is reporting that the grand jury against the former president of the United States will not be acting, as the latest information is that the Soros paid-off DA Alvin Braggs is, quote, struggling to convince a grand jury to charge Donald Trump. This, as many prosecutors and law experts have previously said before, that if you convene a grand jury, it could convict a ham sandwich. But I guess not the former president of the United States, as the grand jury is canceled, according to some sources, for the rest of the week. As we've been reporting to you, the case against Trump is absolutely pathetic, weak, and absolutely politically motivated as a way to try to hurt the political opponents of the upcoming 2024 presidential election. Now, NPR is still talking about how Trump will continue to be investigated, and how much longer can you investigate the man? Let's be real here. Again, we're not fans of his, but I think it's fair to say that he's been one of the most investigated men in the history of the world, and all they could find against him is an NDA that he signed with a willing party with his own money? Are you kidding me? And that's even in question here, as of course there's a new document going around allegedly claiming that Michael Cohen didn't even receive compensation from the former president of the United States and was not reimbursed. This is allegedly why the grand jury can't convict Donald Trump. Other legal experts like Will Chamberlain are saying that this is actually not true at all, and that, quote, this letter is meaningless because, quote, if they didn't have proof of the reimbursement, they wouldn't have bothered to impanel a grand jury. But honestly, who really knows what's really going on here, since there's a lot of incompetent people in government? This, as the major conversation surrounding this entire debacle has been centered around two Republicans fighting each other. All of this as the back and forth continues between the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, and Donald Trump. This as DeSantis also today just announced that, quote, Putin is a war criminal, which looks like he is walking back his carefully crafted statements on the Ukrainian war just a few days ago that he gave to Tucker Carlson. All of this, of course, muddying his prospects for the 2024 election. This as the current president of the United States looks dazed and confused more than ever, even in official videos that his administration is releasing, claiming how great they are for the environment and how they're doing everything in their power to make the weather gooder. Patting themselves on the back, bragging to themselves as Elon Musk responded to this particular PR marketing video by the President of the United States by saying, the banks are melting, as of course the financial picture here in the United States is not a good one. This as a lot of oil-producing countries have been slowly coming together. China just negotiated a peace deal between Iran and Saudi Arabia. They're trying to negotiate a peace deal now between Ukraine and Russia as their sphere of influence grows on the world that is slowly and surely moving away from the U.S. petrodollar. But hey, the United States is moving advanced military hardware to Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. So yeah, there's that. As the same politicians who do that have sold you out to Big Pharma and other corrupted industries that, of course, have hijacked our government and made it their own personal truncheon that they're beating you over the head with. But don't worry, technology will change that for the worse. This, as Bill Gates has come out today and actually cheered on OpenAI's ChatGPT, which he said was the most important tech advancement since the 1980s. Yeah, that means we're in trouble, but don't worry. You could be a member of LukeUnfiltered.com and avoid a lot of these larger psyops, tricks, and of course manipulation techniques that strive off of your ignorance in order to slowly and surely enslave you and get rid of any kind of personal liberty and a responsibility that you have for yourself. Yes, this is the synopsis of what I try to fight on LukeUnfiltered.com with nearly videos almost every single day, as well as multiple perks, multiple offers of value that, of course, we offer you guys, multiple tiers of participation. The easiest and simplest one is just for $15 a month. If you haven't signed up for that yet, what are you waiting for? We have a more advanced one for $99 a month, and we list all of that on LukeUnfiltered.com. We have just updated the website. Check out everything you get, even if you're still a member right now, as there are multiple points of values and offers that we have for you that you should check out on LukeUnfiltered.com. Again, new video available for you later on today, showing you and talking about some stuff that we cannot talk about here on this particular broadcast. I'm very happy of the membership offers that we have for you. I'm very happy with the huge amount of members that we have here. They are amazing. They are awesome. We all talk to each other. Join the conversation. Get involved more than ever through LukeUnfiltered.com, and I will see you there right after this broadcast. Hope to see you there right after this broadcast. Now let's jump into our main story, and that, of course, is coming from France, where viral videos like this are hitting the internet, showing a lot of trash being placed right in front of government buildings. And in my opinion, very fitting and a natural home for the trash. All of this, as scenes like this are becoming the new normal, especially in major urban areas all throughout France, mainly because there's no trash collection. Now, why isn't there any trash collection? Well, that's because the Garbage Men and its union has been on strike for 17 days now, all a part of this larger pension reform protest that, of course, is all-encompassing a lot of different ideas. These protests are not stopping. These protests are only escalating and also expected to even go further from where they already have gone. And hey, if you have so much trash, you might as well burn it. That's what they do in developing countries, as these protests already have shut down major central transportation hubs all throughout France. King Charles III's visit to France is also being impacted by this, and these protests are not letting up, only growing bigger and stronger by the day, to the point where even Emmanuel Macron, the former Rothschild banker, came out and said, quote, Do you think I enjoy doing this reform, specifically mentioning the linchpin issue which started all of this, and that is the French government raising the age of retirement, increasing it by 2 years in an effort to what he calls to make sure to save a pension system that is broken. Now, on face value here, raising the retirement age from 62 to 64 doesn't seem like that big of an issue, but this is the issue that allegedly all this is after, and no, that's not it. As of course, we have long documented the many protests all throughout France, specifically the Yellow Vest protests, which also are participating in these larger protests. And I think it's fair to say with the larger austerity measures, with the economic instability, record high inflation numbers, groceries going up dramatically, energy, heating becoming incredibly expensive, mainly because of climate change efforts and the war in Ukraine, we have to understand that these protests are not just about the retirement age, but encompass a lot of the larger reforms being put forward by institutions like the World Economic Forum, by the Davos Group, and other elites that have been deliberately putting pressure on lower and middle class people, all a part of their larger power grab moves. The results of that is life is made uncomfortable for a lot of human beings. And in France, I think we are seeing the first beginnings of people protesting an absolutely unfair system that has given them an absolute unfair position that they all have been placed in within the last few years. This tightening, this austerity, these larger measures that of course take away more money, tax people, regulate people, make it harder and harder just to make ends meet. And personally, from my experiences, we are seeing the result of a frustrated public that's getting screwed over, now finally raising their voice and saying enough is enough. Now, the pension issue is just one issue, but I think it was just the spark of a larger fire here that has been brewing, especially in France, for a very long time, as of course the French are known for their protests. But the state is also known for its suppression of protest and a larger surveillance, artificial intelligence, facial recognition, social credit score technology that they're building in this country that is aimed at preventing them. There's a lot of other crazy videos of what's going on in France that we cannot show you here on this broadcast. We're going to be showing that to you, plus a lot more, as well as more context to this story on LukeUnfiltered.com. See you there right after this one. But is what is happening in France a signal of what soon might be happening all around the world? Well, let me know if that is possible down in the comment section below. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys actively watching and sharing these videos, and this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.